Hey everyone, welcome back to Crime Media. That's Krime Media. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Debbie Collier case. I'm sure most of you have probably heard about this, possibly seen it on your local news. I find this case very disturbing. Some new information came to light over the weekend. Debbie Collier was 59, 60 years old, somewhere along in there. I saw one thing that said she was 59. I saw another one that said she was 60. But she went missing from her home in Athens, Georgia. Apparently, she had wrecked her car previously, so she was driving a rental van, and her and her husband don't sleep in the same room or the same beds or whatever, and because he snores, that's what the public was told. And he stated that when he left home on September the 10th, her vehicle, was still in the driveway. Didn't think nothing of it, went on to work. The following, well, I guess later, or maybe that was on the 9th. She was reported missing on the 10th, let's put it that way. But her daughter, Amanda Bearden, was the one who reported her missing on the 10th. Okay, she was found on the 11th. Something to do with, I guess there was tracking on the vehicle because it was a rental, so they were able to track down the vehicle. It was found on the 11th, the day after she was reported missing, approximately 60 miles away, near Tallulah Falls. Okay, they said that she was found, like, off in the woods in a ravine. She was on her back. She was partially clothed. She had suffered severe burns, including charring of the skin on her abdomen, and she was clutching a tree with one of her hands. And like I said, this is near Tallulah Falls. Okay, she had sent her daughter a Venmo payment of $2,385. I'm just going to put this out here. That's a specific amount of money. I don't know if that's just what she had in her bank account, and she was like, the hell with it, I'm going to send it all to my daughter. Or if there's more to this whole Venmo payment. And the reason I state that is because $2,385 is, like I said, a very specific amount. Generally, you're going to send somebody some money, you round it off. $2,000, $2,300, $2,400. But this is like a specific amount of money, $2,385. Sent to her daughter with the cryptic message, "They're not going to let me go. And there is a key under the blue flower pot." Okay. Well, if you look into the daughter, Amanda Bearden, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, she's got a lengthy criminal record, mostly for domestic violence issues. Her current boyfriend, Andrew Gingrich, I'm going to say is how you pronounce that, is Giegerich. He's 27, and he has had several domestic violence charges filed against him, generally dealing with Amanda, the daughter of Debbie Collier. He was jailed about a year ago for breaking a restraining order, and it was over money. He said the daughter, Amanda, was stealing money out of his account. So he wound up back in jail. But he is now out, and from what has been said in the media, the two of them are back together and have been seen together as recent as last week. Now, that brings me to something else that was put out this weekend, which are videos put out by the police department, the Habersham County Police Department. They are, I guess you'd say, surveillance videos taken at the, I believe they said it was the Family Dollar. It might have been the Dollar General, but I think it was the Family Dollar in Clayton, which was the last known spotting or seeing of Debbie Collier. Now, I'm going to share a couple of stills with you in this video. Might not be exactly at the point where I'm discussing this, but I'll try. I'll try to edit it just right for you. But if you see the one still, she's coming in the door. Now, she is wearing a sun visor. I did see somebody post, oh my God, is she blindfolded? No, she's not blindfolded. She's wearing a sun visor. And I tried to catch it where her head was up and you could really see her face. But because I'm trying to take a still shot of a moving video, that did not work out so well. But it is her entering the store. She is wearing a sun visor. She is also toting a pocketbook. But when she was found, according to what was told to the public, the only thing she had on her was, I think, a debit card and maybe a cell phone. I don't even know if they said she had a cell phone on her. Anyway, she was no mention of a pocketbook. But in this video, these are still shots, you plainly see her with a black purse, a black pocketbook. Okay, getting back to the video, and like I said, it is available. You can Google it. Go watch it. Debbie Collier is buying the supplies for her own murder. And I say that because she bought a blue tarp. There was a blue tarp found at the scene, not far from her body, that was partially burned. She buys a couple of lighters. She buys some paper towels. There were, I think, a couple of other odd items in there. But it was all put into a red, like a reusable bag. And that bag was also found near her body. But if you watch her in this video, she doesn't seem upset. She does not seem frantic. She doesn't seem to be being held hostage or against her will or anything else. I mean, it's like she's just taking a shopping trip. It doesn't appear in the video that she's trying to get any help, not trying to let the cashier know that anything's going on or anything. From what I gather from seeing the clips that were released and what statements were made, it didn't appear that anyone was in her van. Didn't appear that anyone was there with her. Now, Clayton is not Athens. Now, remember, she went missing from Athens. Athens is where she lived. But she's buying this stuff in Clayton. She is later found near Tallulah Falls. So we're heading south in the state of Georgia. I would know because I live in Georgia. So she's heading south. But what gets me is she is purchasing the things that later on are directly linked to her murder. Okay, so that brings me to the question. Did she know the person that killed her? And I hate to say it, it is pointing toward, in my opinion, and I state that this is my opinion, and, you know, opinions are like, you know what, holes. Everybody's got one. So, having said that, my opinion, it all kind of points toward one person. Because somebody got a Venmo with a specific amount of money. Now, the cryptic message, yeah, that's a little weird. They're not going to let me go. There's a key under the blue flower pot. Well, that right there doesn't, I mean, that just sounds fishy. Because somebody's got you kidnapped. How the hell you going to send a message to your daughter, sending her exactly $2,385 through Venmo, that they're not going to let me go? And by the way, there's a key under the blue flower pot. Yeah, if you're being held hostage, captive, whatever, I'm sure they're going to give you the time of day to use your cell phone to send all the money in your bank account, or at least this specific amount of money, to your daughter. Big red flag. Sorry, big red flag. And like I said, we all know that the daughter and her boyfriend have both had issues. And then, like I said, she went and bought the stuff that was used in her murder nonchalantly. So that brings me to my biggest question in my head, which is, did someone, and I'm just going to say, is it possible that her daughter or her daughter's boyfriend contacted her, said, look, you know, we need X amount of dollars, you know, is there any way, and I tell you, I'll back it up, because this makes more sense than that. I'll back it up for you. In my opinion, is it possible that her daughter or her daughter's boyfriend, or both, called her up and said, hey, look, we need some, you know, some stuff, you know, some, you know, we're painting a room or we're whatever. Can you stop, you know, stop at the Family Dollar or something? You know, we're down here, you know, or the car broke down and these are some things that we need. Can you stop at, you know, wherever and pick up these things for us? And told her, we need a tarp, we need, you know, some lighters, paper towels, you know, whatever. And, you know, maybe Debbie Collier, you know, she's one of those ladies that when she goes shopping, she doesn't want paper or plastic. So she buys a reusable shopping bag. We'll just throw that in there. Maybe she gets to the location of said party, possibly her daughter's boyfriend, or both. And at that point, you know, it's like, okay, I need this money and you're going to send it to me through Venmo. And you're going to include this cryptic message to me because we're going to kill you. And so she sends the money and the cryptic message and they kill her. Okay, now, stepping back, if it's not her daughter and it's not her daughter's boyfriend being involved, then that puts somebody else getting her to stop at a store and buy the things that were used in her murder. Okay? I don't for 1 minute think this woman went out in the woods, set herself on fire, took her clothes off, got naked, whatever, and set herself on fire and died from it because her whole body was not burned. Her abdomen, her stomach area was burned and charred. Charred means third-degree burns. But I don't for 1 minute think this woman did this to herself. So that means somebody had to have done it. Okay? I'm not saying for sure who, but it does seem a little odd and a little strange. And I did see where they had executed a search warrant on the daughter's home over the weekend. Y'all let me know what you think. Because like I said, I mean, that's a specific amount of money. Cryptic message. But the woman is on surveillance camera buying the supplies used in her own murder. And she's not the least bit upset. She's not frantic. She's not trying to get help. So that tells me somebody sent her to the store to get certain things. And in my opinion, she was blindsided. She had no idea they were fixing to kill her. And truth be told, that right before she was murdered is when she sent that money and that note to her daughter. Now, how can she do that if she's in the process of going to be murdered? How is a killer going to allow her to do that? Because she could have simply just dialed 911 versus sending a specific amount of money to her daughter. Like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button because it pushes the video out there so more people get to see it. Check out my other videos. I have a lot of videos on missing people all over, different ages. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so you're notified when I upload. Like I said, leave me some comments and let me know what you think is going on in this Debbie Collier case, because it just screams that she knew whoever this person was. She trusted him. All right, guys. Until next time, thank you.